Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. India to buy Russian crude oil to serve its large population, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. India emerging as a frontline space tech nation, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh at G20 Space Economy meeting. Centre approves over 123 crore rupee oil jetty development project at Deen Dayal Port in Kandla, Gujarat. Wholesale price-based inflation eases to 29 months low of 1.34% in March this year. IMD predicts light to moderate rainfall in northern states during next 5 days. Registration for 62-day-long Sri Amarnath Ji Yatra began today. And in cricket, match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Chennai Super Kings underway in Bengaluru. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that India could buy Russian crude oil near or past the price cap imposed by the G7 if the recent output cut announced by OPEC Plus group increases the energy costs. The Finance Minister said this during a wide-ranging interview with a private media organization on the sidelines of the International Monetary Fund spring meetings in Washington. Ms. Sitharaman said the Indian government is making adequate efforts to ensure the economy remains buoyant.
We will have to constantly refigure where we get the best deal, because for us it is a very critical input for the economy. We have a large population, and we also therefore have to look at prices which are going to be affordable for us. So if production is going to cause increase in price in the OPEC related oil that comes out, and Brent is going to be affected either directly or indirectly, the Russian oil still is an option for us.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today said that India-Russia partnership is a subject of attention and comment today because it has not changed. Addressing the India-Russia Business Dialogue 2023 in New Delhi this afternoon, Dr. Jaishankar underlined that it has been among the steadiest of the major relationships of the world in the contemporary era. The External Affairs Minister said India and Russia have crossed the bilateral trade target of $30 billion before the target year of 2025. Russian Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov was also present on the occasion. Atomic Energy and Space Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said today that India has emerged as the frontline space tech nation of the world. Addressing the G20 Space Economy Leaders meeting at Shillong through video conference, Dr. Singh described India as an emerging space economy. He said India is one of the very few countries that have built end-to-end capability in space. As a result, there is a huge demand for space-based services which have huge commercial potential. Dr. Singh said the government has decided to open up the space sector for the Indian private industry through the 2020 space sector reforms. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has lauded the 100th G20 meeting during India's G20 presidency. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, guided by the principle of one earth, one family, one future, and in line with our ethos of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, India's G20 presidency has worked to further global good and create a better planet. The centre has approved the project of development of an oil jetty at Deen Dayal Port, Kandla in Gujarat for over 123 crore rupees. Ports, Shipping and Waterways Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today approved the oil jetty to handle all types of liquid cargo at Kandla under a public-private partnership model. Mr. Sonowal said this project will be another milestone as this jetty will further enhance the port capacity along with boosting the overall economic growth for its entire hinterland. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, has released a consultation paper on issues related to low-power, small-range FM radio broadcasting in New Delhi today. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting had sought recommendations from the authority on the need and timing for the introduction of a new service provider for drive-in theatres applications. The low-power, short-range FM radio broadcasting is an effective method of sound broadcasting for services that are intended for limited locations and reception areas. The Saurashtra Tamil Sangamam began today with great zeal and enthusiasm at Somnath in Gujarat. The 10-day-long cultural extravaganza was inaugurated by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Rajnath Singh said cultural security is paramount for every country to maintain its national pride and is as important as border security. Mr. Singh said the country is witnessing a cultural renaissance today under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The program is being organized under Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat to foster the age-old cultural bond between Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has conveyed his best wishes to the participants of the Saurashtra Tamil Sangamam. In Karnataka, to conduct free and fair elections, the Election Commission has begun monitoring transactions done through various wallets and online payment platforms. Talking to AIR News, Chief Electoral Officer of Karnataka, Manoj Kumar Meena, said the Commission is collecting data on the bulk transfer of small amounts from bank accounts and analyzing it. More from our correspondent.
The Election Commission has instructed all banks to keep a watch on such transactions with their own machinery. Dedicated officers have been appointed in each district to analyze suspicious transactions. Any transaction of more than 1 lakh in banks is being scrutinized. The Election Commission is also working on monitoring the online e-commerce delivery platforms. Goods with more congestion than normal are also being monitored through artificial intelligence. With Sudhindra Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Bengaluru.
Meanwhile, the BJP has released the third list of 10 candidates for the ensuing assembly elections in Karnataka. The party has fielded Manjula Amresh from the Koppal seat and Umesh Shetty from Govindraj Nagar. The BJP has so far released a list of 222 candidates out of 224 assembly seats in Karnataka. President Draupadi Murmu will be on a 4-day visit to Himachal Pradesh from tomorrow. She will stay at Rashtrapati Niwas in Mashobra. President Murmu will inaugurate a tulip garden at Mashobra. The President will also grace the 26th convocation of the Himachal Pradesh University at Shimla. The External Affairs Ministry has set up a control room to assist Indian citizens in Sudan in view of the current situation in the country. Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said in a tweet that the control room will provide information and assistance. The 24/7 toll-free helpline numbers are 1800 118797, 9111 2301 2113, 9111 2301 4104 and 9111 2301 7905. The email is situationroom@mea.gov.in. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. All India Radio is presenting vignettes of select quotes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Mann Ki Baat as the program completes its 100th episode on the 30th of this month. Today, in the 68th episode of this special program, let's listen to excerpts in which the Prime Minister spoke about Atmanirbhar Bharat, or a self-reliant nation.
People, voice and direct dialogue. That's your and our Mann Ki Baat. Yes, this is how our Prime Minister connects with millions of countrymen. With the program Mann Ki Baat, aired on the last Sunday of every month on All India Radio. This series, which started on October 3rd, 2014, will complete its 100th episode in April 2023. In the 68th episode of this special program, let's listen to those excerpts in which the Prime Minister expressed his views on Atmanirbhar Bharat. In the past, India was known as the land of gold and wealth. India's prosperity then was largely on account of its self-reliance on its products and agricultural produce. India's riches were known the world over. Prime Minister Modi, on assuming office, made his plans to take back India to that prosperity on that same very path of self-reliance known to all. in the Mann Ki Baat program broadcast on 30th August 2020. The Prime Minister said that a sense of commitment and dedication was most essential to attain this goal.
आज जब हम देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं तो हमें पूरे आत्मविश्वास के साथ आगे बढ़ना है। हर क्षेत्र में देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनाना है। असहयोग आंदोलन के रूप में जो बीज बोया गया था उसे अब आत्मनिर्भर भारत के वटवृक्ष में परिवर्तित करना हम सबका दायित्व है। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, भारतीयों के इनोवेशन और सॉल्यूशन देने की क्षमता का लोहा हर कोई मानता है और जब समर्पण भाव हो, संवेदना हो तो ये शक्ति असीम बन जाती है।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur today said that Mann Ki Baat has sparked mass action across the country as it reaches the 100th episode. In an article in a newspaper, Mr. Thakur stressed that India's vaccine story owes its success in great measure to Mann Ki Baat. Mr. Thakur said through All India Radio, the Prime Minister reaches a vast spectrum of a socio-economically and culturally diverse populace. The minister wrote that Prasar Bharati undertakes the translation and broadcast of Mann Ki Baat in 52 languages and dialects, including 11 foreign languages, catering to the remotest regions in the country, while also taking it to the Indian diaspora. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar announced an ex gratia 4 lakh rupees today to the kin of victims who died in the Hooch tragedies after the imposition of prohibition of alcohol in the state since April 2016 on the condition that the families provided in writing that they were in favour of Bihar's alcohol ban. The Chief Minister said the family members will also have to give in writing to the district magistrate concerned that the death took place after consuming illicit liquor. Wholesale price-based inflation WPI for March 2023 declined to a 29-month low of 1.34%. WPI inflation stood at 3.85% in February and at 4.8% in January this year. The fall in the rate of inflation in the month of March is primarily contributed by the decline in prices of crude petroleum and natural gas, basic metals, food products, textiles, non-food articles, minerals, rubber, plastic and paper products. This is the 10th straight month of decline in WPI-based inflation. The Indian Meteorological Department IMD has forecast light to moderate scattered rainfall with thunderstorms over western Himalayan region during the next 5 days. It has forecast scattered rainfall over Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi and Rajasthan during the next 3 days. IMD said heavy rainfall is also likely at isolated places over Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit-Baltistan, Muzaffarabad, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand during the next 2 days. The Weather Office said a cyclonic circulation lies over southwest Rajasthan and the neighbourhood in lower tropospheric levels. Light isolated rainfall with thunderstorms and lightning is also likely over parts of Maharashtra in the next 5 days. In Jammu and Kashmir, the online and offline registration for the 62-day-long Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra has begun today. Our Jammu correspondent reports that the Yatra will commence on the 1st of July this year and culminate on the 31st of August. Registration has started for both the Pahalgam track in Anantnag district and Baltal in Ganderpal district. The offline registration can be done in 542 bank branches across the country. In IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings were 217 for 5 in 19.2 overs against Royal Challengers Bangalore RCB at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru when reports last came in. Earlier, RCB won the toss and elected to field. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India to buy Russian crude oil to serve its large population, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. India emerging as a frontline space tech nation, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh at G20 Space Economy meeting. Centre approves over 123 crore rupee oil jetty development project at Deen Dayal Port in Kandla, Gujarat. Wholesale price-based inflation eases to 29-month low of 1.34% in March this year. IMD predicts light to moderate rainfall in northern states during next 5 days. Registration for 62-day-long Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra began today, and in cricket match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Chennai Super Kings underway in Bengaluru. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.